So late yesterday, we got some goodies delivered to the house. We got kitchen appliances and washer and dryer, that kind of stuff. And it's still in the boxes this morning because the electricians haven't come back to put in the plugs, the receptacles. And if I put like the refrigerator in the wall, then they're gonna have to take it out to put the plug in. So I'm trying to figure out what we're gonna do, but let me give you a little sneak peek here. So this is the washer and dryer in the boxes, and this right here, the box on the left, is the range, the stove, and we've got the vent hood, and then underneath that, the dishwasher. And then over here, we have the refrigerator, which I'll need to install the handles on. I think this morning, what I'm gonna do is, I guess start at the top, which would be the vent hood, and try and see if I can get that installed. So we'll open it up and see what all it takes. If we have success with that, we might move on to the dishwasher. So I've looked through the instructions and became more familiar with it, and we are not going to be venting our hood to the outside, so this part here is not necessary. So I took that off, and it doesn't come with a diagram. The ones that I've always installed before came with a template, and you could put that on your area and measure it out and then put it in place to drill your holes. This one's not like that. And in addition to that, you've got to take all of this laser film, that's what it's called, laser film, off of here. Before you can install it, you can't leave this on, I guess, because of the heat that it's going to have. So you got to take all of this off. I think you would wait until you got this thing installed before you take this off. But if you wait till you get it installed, then you can't get this off, because this, of course, is going to all be covered up. Man, I hope none of our other appliances have this crap on it. Ooh, that was difficult. All right, now, since I don't have a template, you could measure this all out, which is probably the smart thing to do. I don't want to go through all that hassle. So I'm just going to basically put it up in place and draw a couple marks with my pencil, and that'll tell me where they need to go, and I won't have to mess with all that measuring and stuff. So it goes in like this. Got to use your head in a situation like this. Okay, so I'm hoping that I can see my lines now, and I'll know where to drill my holes. Still haven't got our electricity in, so hard to see stuff. Oh, okay, there's one. There's another one right there and right there. So that'll work. And I think that's my mark right there. So now I gotta go get a drill and a bit. Okay, I test fitted it. I put my vent up in there, and now I'm going to start these screws that hold it up. All right, gotta drill the hole for my power supply. Okay, I will attempt to hold this up, put it in place, and tighten it up all by myself. All right, it's in. See what it looks like? Looks good. Gotta tighten it up a little bit more. Now it looks great. Perfect. See, nothing hard about that. Anybody could do this stuff. Gotta try and figure out how to put the filters on. Came with this filter, this grate, which is stainless steel. It also came with these charcoal filters and these rods. These are charcoal filters that go inside of here, and then these rods hold them up. This goes inside of it, and then you put it on with these little attachments here in front. That's it, they're in. Sometimes you just gotta figure it out. So now we are moving on to the dishwasher. I like installing dishwashers because they're pretty much all the same. Once you've done one or two of them, it's no big deal. I know that I need a power cord and I need a hole saw because I have to drill a hole large enough for the drain tube. This drain tube has to go through this cabinet wall and into the top of the garbage disposal so that it can pump out the water when it's done. And I gotta drill a hole in this wall so that I can route the discharge tube for the water and the inlet for the water supply. No more than 3 inches from the back and no more than 3 inches tall. There's gotta be something. I know that I'm in deeper than the width of this cabinet. So it must be a stud or something that I'm drilling into. So I'll try and pry that out of there and see what the heck's going on. What I'm gonna do is drill a hole here. There shouldn't be anything there. Now what I need to do is go down there and thread those so that I can pull them through that hole. Sometimes you just gotta know when to wait for another set of hands, and this is one of those times. Well, there it is. I like it. She did a good job. Well, I'm back. I've got my connections for the dishwasher and I've got those attached to the dishwasher. Now we're back to water line, the water supply hooked up to the front of the dishwasher. You know, my problem was that I couldn't thread the items that I needed through this hole. There she goes. Okay. So this was the line I had through the holes. I taped the other lines to that one and I left a little bit of it inside the cabinet here, and then I taped them on the other side, and then I pulled it up and through. So that's a nifty little trick you can use. So we are continuing with the dishwasher installation. Got to show you something here that can be real tricky. All dishwashers have ways to attach them to the cabinetry. You can either attach it to the side or you can attach it to the top. And it comes with these clips, and I have chosen to attach mine on the top. Then you bend the tab until it breaks after you get it installed. But if you don't install these, or if you install them improperly, whenever you open the door and put a lot of weight out here with your dishes, then your whole dishwasher is going to come out. And I've done that before, and I've been griped at about it from my big boss. So always make sure you take care of that and do it right. Now, we've got the dishwasher installed. Everything is fished through these holes in here. So now it's ready to plug in. It's ready to attach to the garbage disposal. Now, this is the next little tidbit of information that you need, or you're gonna have a flood. Whenever you install a new garbage disposal, there's a tab inside of here. This is where the drain tube goes, right here. And there's a tab in there that you have to break off. That tab is right inside of there. And if you don't, when this discharges, it will just flood your whole place. So I'm gonna attempt to get some light in here and then see if I can't get that tube on with the knockout done. The problem is right here. You can see that screwdriver goes in and it stops. That's because there's a plug there. If you don't use a dishwasher on the garbage disposal, that comes with a plug in it, so you won't have a leak. But we are using a dishwasher, so we've got to break through and break this out. Plumbers forget to do it sometimes. I've had a brand new house and I've had plumbers that forgot it, and we had a flood the first time we used our dishwasher. It just takes one time to remember. There, see, it went through. Okay, so now we've got our hose clamp on here and we've got our knockout completed. So all we have to do is put this on here like that, get that all the way on there, and then tighten up this to hold our clamp on. And that's nice and secure, ain't going anywhere. Now over here on the edge, there's something called a high loop, and the inspectors are going to be looking for this. So we've got a loop up this way. So I'll just put a little holder right over there and we'll be good. And another thing I need to do is hook up my water supply. Just wiggle it around a little bit till I get it started. All right, so we're gonna make this pretty. We're gonna tack that up like that. We're gonna tack this up here and it'll be nice and neat.